Liquidator, this is the Liquidator Report, man. I hope everybody's having a great day today. So it looked like Stephen A. Smith definitely cannot get a break because he is the latest ESPN anchor that is currently on the fire, and he did the unthinkable today. Now, we know there has been a lot of concerns and growing debate over Charlie Kirk, man. Charlie Kirk was assassinated in public, and Stephen A. Smith, one of the main people talking about the matter. And for some strange reason, Stephen A. Smith has been implementing himself in a lot of political situations, and it ain't looking good for him, bro. Now, today, he has broken the damn internet after referring to an NFL player by Charlie Kirk. Yes, you guys heard me correctly. He's Christian Kirk, who played for the Steelers. Guys, I just listen.
We saw Charlie Kirk catch 8 receptions for 144 yards.
Yeah.
We saw
Christian Kirk.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh my God, Christian Kirk. We saw Charlie Kirk.
That was the scene today on ESPN, and people ain't happy about it, dog. They hella mad. I mean, super duper mad. Somebody said First Take is such a clown show. We saw Charlie Kirk catch 8 receptions for 144 yards. I apologize. Oh my God, Christian Kirk. Yeah, bro. Ooh, man, this is bad. Charlie only caught 1 for negative yards. This is bad. This is bad. That man can't keep himself out of politics. Yeah, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Stephen A. Smith is constantly staying in politics, bro. He talk about politics so much it affected his job, bro. At this point, Stephen A. Smith might have to take a break. I mean, he just appeared on ABC News the other day. Now, I want to hear what he gonna have to say in his show about this mishap he just had, because this was a bad one, a really bad one, man, for Stephen A. Smith, and it's gonna be hard to recover from this one, dog. I believe he's probably more than likely going to have to release a statement apologizing to the Kirk family, dog. Yeah, this is an ugly situation. This has been a crazy week for all people in the media, just because of the thing that happened down in Florida with Lynn Jones. Hopefully I said her name right. Then we got Stephen A. Smith up here tossing Charlie Kirk name around, and yeah. This is a very bad look. And this was just the other day. Stephen A. Smith called Minnesota ICE shooting completely justified from a lawful perspective. Yeah, bro. Stephen A. Smith might have to lay off the politics for a little bit. Now, this was the other day. So this was that rant he went on.
Living. At some point in time, we're going to have to ask ourselves that question. And I think the time is sooner than later. Because again, from a legal perspective, don't expect this ICE officer to be prosecuted. I'm telling you right now. She was in the car, Renee Nicole Good, 37 years of age, protesting, blocking off the streets. ICE wanted her to move. An officer got in front of the car. Another officer got to the side of the car, and then she tried to take off. And in their eyes, the Christy Nomes of the world for the Department of Homeland Security, and other folks on the right are saying, yo, they consider it an act of domestic terrorism because she tried to run over an ICE officer. It's not going to be prosecuted. My point is, let's not focus on that for a second, okay? She was wrong to drive off. She should not have done that. Or she should have asked the officer, I'm pulling over. Could you move out the way, please? Instead of trying to disregard him totally to the point where you're going to take off and potentially hit him, and he moves out the way and draws his gun and shoots through the front windshield and took her out. But it wasn't necessary. You could have arrested her. You could have spared the woman's life. You didn't have to kill her. We've seen plenty of incidences throughout the United States of America, historically and frequently, and recently, where people who committed crimes or people whose behavior weren't indicative of law-abiding citizens who were simply obeying law enforcement officials, we've seen them walk away alive. We've seen them walk away cuffed, but they walked away alive. So even though the law from a literal perspective, might be on his side. The reality is that your humanity comes into question because you didn't have to kill her. She didn't have to die. But that's the country we're living in now. We're living in a country where some people, more often than not, are becoming lawless, and law enforcement officials are not just about enforcing the law while serving and protecting, but they're also taking lives. At least in this case, that was the case. I believe it was totally unnecessary.
So that was Stephen A. Smith, man, like I stated on his podcast the other day, speaking about the Minnesota shooting. And then this was just him recently on ABC.
This as a third rail or a pitfall, as you describe, but in your book, you talk about how when you were first starting with, quite frankly, you were concerned that the Black community might see you as a sellout, as an Uncle Tom. And as you know, some of those criticisms have come about lately. And I want to just play a quick clip to get your reaction.
Sure.
To use your platform in order to not only come for me, but consistently kind of have a track record of coming for Black women, I was just very disappointed in him.
They're paying you not for your numbers, my friend. They're paying you because you are willing to say the nasty things about Black people that they want to say.
Your reaction?
They should be ashamed of themselves. Where's your evidence?
Well, Crockett, you have apologized.
Well, let me tell you what I apologized for. Trump followed up what I said by calling her low IQ and stuff like that, which I found appalling. She's a highly educated woman. She's licensed to practice law in the state of Texas, Arkansas, and federally. She's a United States representative. She's an influential, intelligent, decent, good Black woman who cares a lot about Black people in this country. So I apologized for assisting in any way this notion that it's okay to say that about her, because I didn't want any parts of that. But I did feel that the situation was overblown. I was simply saying, is cursing the president out and calling him a piece of on national television or in front of a national audience going to help your constituency? I wanted to know the answer to that question.
You know, it's not just Joy Reid and...
Well, let me say something about Joy Reid. Let's get this out of the way. I don't know this woman. I've met her one time. I shook her hand once. I've never spoken to her in my life. And she's responding that way because when she got fired by MSNBC, her show got canceled, I spoke on it. And what I said was, she is a talent, highly intelligent woman. I respect her. The issue, however, is that if your numbers drop 47% and you are Black, in this culture that we're living in, did you really expect something else to happen? Of course they were going to do that to you. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, I get what you're saying and you might be right. But the manner in which you're going about it, that ain't going to serve you well long term.
But why is it that many Black women have had this criticism on Stephen A. Smith?
Who are the many? Because I think they're a few.
Yeah, man. So Stephen A. Smith, maybe he should take a break from the politics, man, or take a break from the sports. But he definitely going to have to chill out, bro, because this Charlie Kirk thing is going to be bad. Really, really bad for him. Guys, I am John the Liquidator. This has been another episode of the Liquidator Report. Remember to hype the video, like the video. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments section, man. Until next time, peace out.